Although I don't advise summoning, the newest Legends Limited is Demon King Piccolo and you want to know how to build him, but first you need to know how to use him. So regarding the new Demon King Piccolo, his element is purple, and with that he's also a melee type. Now his playstyle is based on Dragon Balls, where his gauge is the Dragon Ball type. So for every Dragon Ball he gets, it pushes him to his best state, and the biggest thing about him, the most optimal Rising Rush you could have. He gets a lot of buffs once he gets all 7 Dragon Balls, such as 50% health, increase in special move and ultimate damage, and it's only right, the protection of his own Dragon Balls, so it isn't possible to reduce his Dragon Balls. Once he activates the Rising Rush, he gets permanent nullification of endurance, implying that it can't be cancelled. But something pretty cool, all of his cards will be destroyed and he will get one of each card possible: a strike art, a blast art, a green card, and a blue card. With this, it increases the chance of a Rising Rush going through, because normally you would Rising Rush with your current deck. So if you had 4 strike arts, your Rising Rush will be based on 4 strike arts, and that would be the options that you have to choose from, making it easier for your enemy to predict what you have. So it gives you a guaranteed 1 in 4 chance, similar to how your enemy would be able to pick 1 in 4. But let's say your Rising Rush doesn't go through, your ally sub counts will be reduced by 10. I would say his kit is 50% Rising Rush, 50% sub count manipulation. So once his Rising Rush activates, ally sub counts go -10. If he's on standby and you get all 7 Dragon Balls, his sub counts go -10. If he gets Rising Rushed, Ultimate Arts, or Awakened Arts on the battlefield, ally sub counts go down by 10, and his blue card and green card increase the enemy sub count by 3. That's all regarding Demon King Piccolo's kit. Let's get into building him. So the first option that we've got for this video is Powerful Opponent. I'll get into bench and leader slot options later in this video, but Powerful Opponents is probably going to be his best team unless you're leader slotting him on another team until the other Dragon Ball Legends Limited releases. There's going to be 2, which we already have confirmed, but for now, Powerful Opponents or other tags will be his best team. Dragon Ball is not exactly concrete, but we can rely on the platinum equipments for those other 1% sparkings and potentially the Zenkai, but I wouldn't really do anything regarding the Zenkais like Launch and Yamcha. But we do have the Goku and Piccolo Jr., which I'll get into later. So we have Powerful Opponents here. I've got Golden Frieza, and DKP is obviously the other purple. I'm just recording this prior to him releasing. On the leader slot, I would have Ultra Cell, and if you guys don't know, purple pairs extremely well with red, because red is going to protect purple from yellows, because red beats yellow, which beats purple. So you just need to be mindful of the elements that you're running. Purple, red will be solid. Let's go into the character list though. So if I go into the character list and bring up all the Powerful Opponents, I'm actually going to start with the ones I don't have because I feel like they are best. So Ultra Cell I mentioned very heavily. I should mention Merge Zamasu. He's actually a good option if you don't have Ultra Cell. I do recommend running him. He can be built defensively and he will actually tank quite a bit his gauge, but he can also be offensively good as well. Blue can be good as well. So in the same way that red protects purple from yellows, purple, which is DKP's element, will protect blues from green, so Ultra Turles could be an option. Garlic Jr. can tank a lot as well. He's very solid if you have him high stars. And then I wouldn't really recommend any of the other ones I don't have. Maybe Omega Shenron. It's not really going the same way though. And in regards to these guys, more future based or androids based. But let's go to the ones I have if there's just any that I missed. I don't think there is. Most of the new characters that are Powerful Opponents are the better ones. In the blues, maybe Kid Buu could do you some justice. In the greens, maybe Evil Majin Buu could do you some justice. In purple, I already showed, but Golden Frieza. We do also have this Perfect Cell, but again, I wouldn't really recommend for Powerful Opponents going the other way. And then in the yellows, I wouldn't really recommend anybody else as well. Maybe a 14-star Super Baby 2, but that's pushing it. And then the reds, it's not looking great. At max, maybe Super 17 or Corrupted Zamasu. But that's Powerful Opponent, the guys that I would use if I wanted to actually bring a main 3. Now, I'm in a weird predicament when it comes to OG Dragon Ball because I don't think any of this team, the compositions of the team, will be very fruitful by comparison, especially with Daima running, Future running. I just think those two teams are just going to be too far ahead at the moment. But here are the pieces that we've got. We've got Tao, we've got Goku, the green one. He's getting a platinum equipment, which could be good. We don't know yet because I'm recording this prior. We have Demon King Piccolo. Of course, he's going to be the new Legends Limited at the current moment. The video is for him. And then we've got Yamcha, who could potentially be used, but I think he'd be more leaning towards bench. And we've also got Launch, who could potentially be used getting a Zenkai, but I think would be more leaning towards bench. The empty slot, I'm more leaning towards the Piccolo Jr. I don't have him, but I'll show you in a second. But there's also going to be a second Dragon Ball Legends Limited, if you guys don't know. Tani already said they're going to release 2, so Demon King Piccolo is the first one, and there's going to be a second one. And because of that, the team's not going to be concrete until later down the line. So at the time I'm making this video, it's the day before Demon King Piccolo releases. Naturally, we don't know anything about the second Legends Limited. This is why I'm showing you all the options. But even if I go to the character list and show you what Dragon Ball OG has, it's just not a lot. So there's the Piccolo Jr. that I was mentioning. He's getting a platinum equipment the same way this Goku is. They drop together as well. And then the only other option that I didn't put on the team that you could use as an offensive force, I would recommend this Goku here. But it depends on how many stars you have him at. 13, I've been using him with Goku Mini, both Super Saiyan and the free-to-play one, and he's not too bad, to be honest, especially because he has endurance. Last stand, he could also be quite a good force. But you know, you gotta play really strict because he's not tanking the most and he doesn't have good Zenkai buffs or anything like that, especially depending on the team you're using him on. But I just do want to mention Dragon Ball Saga because it is going to go up there. It's going to be stuff that happens. Maybe they might give that Goku a plat. Maybe they might give him a Zenkai, the purple Legends Limited I just spoke about. But there's also going to be another Legends Limited. So just hold that at the back of your mind. Don't forget that Dragon Ball Saga isn't done. Even though it does look kind of weak right now, they're going to get buffs, other equipments and stuff like that, which I'll talk about in this video as well. But specifically, I wanted to talk about the tag because at the time of making this video, it just isn't the most concrete. I'm gonna be so real. Now we've got some leader slot options and it heavily depends on what team you're going to be running. I mentioned earlier in this video, Dragon Ball Saga isn't that concrete yet. It depends on those platinums, and Powerful Opponent is just not up there in comparison to Daima or Future, but it could definitely be used. If I wasn't considering leader slot options, those two would be my best choices. But of course, leader slot is a very integral part of the game. So we got Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Just be wary you don't get indestructible if you're running him with this Demon King Piccolo, because the team won't be Daima. We've got Ultra Perfect Cell, should go without saying that, even on the same tag, Powerful Opponent. We've got Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just a nice combo extender depending on what type of team you're trying to run. Some family Saiyans maybe. Ultra Margin Vegeta in the same type of boat, could actually still do you justice, depends on your star level though. I'd recommend more than 8 or more. We got Beast Gohan for the same reasons, just depending on what team you're running. Some family can be a good unit that carries your team. And we've got Gohan and Trunks, could also be a good unit that carries your team, but the elements mix well. Having a blue, post succession, it's blue, so you're gonna have that purple that protects the blue from green. And not many leader slot options, but I think these guys will do you the most justice. Now we've got the bench options, and I don't have many bench options, but I imagine most of your bench options going forward will be comprised of the units that you're also running. So if you're running Dragon Ball Saga, most of the Dragon Ball Saga units that are also offensive will also be a bench option. But here are some Zenkai buffers. So we've got Turles, just be wary of his Z ability, I believe it's only purple. We've got Jiren here, it's Powerful Opponent, both Zenkai buff, Powerful Opponent. We've got here Broly, who's a HP buffer, but the Z ability is only Powerful Opponent. Then we've got Janemba here, I think the Z ability is Regen, but the Zenkai buff is Powerful Opponent, so that works out. These would be your 4 options, there's not much more. Any other Z ability options that are actually good would be being mixed in with the tag that you're using or the leader slot option type of team that you're using. So if you wanted to Zenkai buff, I think these are the best options, and you also have a HP buffer, but for the most part, it will just be Z abilities that will be filling up your team. We're getting into some equipment now, and this is the first one I'm going to mention. Now is my chance. It's just a good little base equipment for Dragon Ball Saga in general. And you can see you get blast attack, strike defense, strike attack as well quite a bit, and you get HP. Overall is just straightforward, but HP is always nice on any equipment. And you can get this from the Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal Dragon Ball. With Daima being run, this equipment is going to be insane. And what was that supposed to be, Goku? You can see the first slot here, you get pure defense against Saiyans. Fighting against Daima, 4Ku, Vegeta, Mini-Ku, all the different Mini-Kus. This could be very useful, but obviously it's not going to work against the likes of Ku and Du. The base slot, the middle slot, you get base strike defense and you get HP. Now this is a pure defense slot, and what the difference is, when you see the word base and then the base word isn't there, you get pure, and pure is like a multiplier. It's the easiest way to think about it. So you need a lot of base, so base strike defense, and then you get pure defense that stacks and multiplies that number, which is obviously a lot more effective, but you can't just have a bunch of multipliers. So what I advise, get 2 equips that have a lot of base, then 1 equip with a pure. You can get this from the Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal, Powerful Opponent, and purple. We've got this equipment here, Uncontrollable Anger. The first slot is crazy, special move and ultimate damage. Then you get pure strike attack and blast attack, but it requires you to run 3 powerful opponents. You also get base strike defense and base blast defense. It's one of those pures I just spoke about. Having that multiplier is nice. Obviously, it depends on what tag you're running. So in this case, it will be powerful opponent. and you can get this from the dual coin exchange shop. The bonanza's coming on tomorrow, by the way, so don't grind your equipments right now. I'd say wait till tomorrow. This is a pure specific for Dragon Ball Saga. You can see the first slot is special move. You get pure strike and pure blast, which is obviously good. Then you get base strike defense and base blast defense, another one of those pures I mentioned, and you can get this from the dual coin exchange shop. Remember, bonanza tomorrow, Wednesday. It starts on Wednesday. Next equipment we've got is this one here. You will die along with the earth with cell on the front. You get base strike, base blast, and you get special move and ultimate damage, and it's for regeneration. You can get this from the equipment medal exchange shop. It's a hyper offensive equipment, very good. Okay, so we have this equipment here, and I've been informed that this equipment is easily the best equipment for Dragon Ball Daima, and it's a must grind. So the first slot is already stacked: base health, special move, and ultimate damage, with the slot 2 and the slot 3 work in a very particular way. What's good about it is that you get 10% on the middle slot and 8% on the middle slot per every single Dragon Ball party member that has this equip on. The downside is that you need 6 Dragon Ball party members that have this equip wearing it. So you're gonna get 10% for everyone. So that would be 60% of base defenses, strike and blast, and you'd be getting 48 because 8 times 6 is 48. On the third slot, for strike and blast attack, so that's offenses, and that's insane. That's insane of this equip. So it's like a whole Z ability, and every single character would get that. So you need 6 Dragon Ball members to max this out, otherwise you'd be losing one, you know, multiplier of that. So it'll go from 60% to 50% if you're running only 5 Dragon Ball members. Exactly. So it's advised that you run a full Dragon Ball team if you're going to use this, and then it'd be the best team in the game easily in terms of stats, pure stats alone. Where you can get this: Ultimate Equipment Collection, normal Dragon Ball 2. Use the bonanza for this one. This one will be great. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Dragon Ball Saga will be getting their buffs, but most people, it will be saving Saga, so everybody's going to be holding out on their Chrono Crystals, not spending on this Saga. But if you are one of those guys, hey, this video, hopefully it was helpful. But if you haven't already, be sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.